Okay, hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. Now this is a video that I wasn't expecting to film, but I really didn't know what to film this week and I didn't have that much time, and I asked on Twitter what you guys wanted to see and loads of you were like, oh, I would really like to see a sixth form update or an A-levels update, but I literally just uploaded a vlog called like A-level update and I spoke through like my English A-level and my photography A-level, so I didn't want it to be really samey to that. I'm also really sorry if you can hear that I sound quite bunged up. I've got a bit of a cold and it's quite early in the morning and annoyingly it hasn't really gone off yet. I thought that I would chat through my post-18 options, university choices and all of that jazz with you because I get asked this a lot. Obviously you guys know that I'm in year 13, and for viewers that don't watch like every video religiously, which I know is like probably most of you, you might not be aware of the fact that I have always been very indecisive about going to university, whether I wanted to go or not, and I think I've come to a decision as to what I want to do next year. I'm not too sure, but I thought I'd do an update video because I get questions on my Instagram, on my Twitter, in the comments of my videos all the time, like, are you going to uni? Which unis have you applied to? All of that stuff. Even people asking me to help them with their personal statement, I'm like, I haven't written a personal statement. Like, so without further ado, I'm just gonna get straight on with this video because I know that you guys don't want to be like faffing around. So if you are new to my channel and you haven't watched my videos before, you might not know that I take photography, media and English literature at A-level. I also did history at AS, but I really didn't like it, and as you can see, they're quite arts-based subjects. I've always been quite an arts-based person. I've never really been into academia or like whatever you call that. Oh goodness, these again. It wasn't that I can't do them as such, like it was never that. If I put my mind to an academic subject, I can do it, I just don't enjoy it. So that is why I did A-levels. I was like, well, I can do like academic things, like I can do that, but I don't really like, I never liked science, I never liked maths all the way through school, just those kind of subjects. I just didn't enjoy it, couldn't really do them that well. I'm sorry if I look like my eyes are watering. I've literally just sneezed like 20 times and I'm trying to film this video and I can't stop sneezing now because the lights and everything are just like, ugh. So when it came to picking my A-levels, I only really picked the ones that I did because I felt like I had to pick some kind of A-level, and going back I would do the same thing because I've enjoyed my A-level courses. They've been things that I've enjoyed doing, like that. It doesn't feel like at GCSE where I had lessons that I absolutely dreaded. Like it isn't like that now. But university wise, I've always been pretty set on the fact that I'm not gonna go. Like in year 12, all my friends were like, oh well, I've picked these subjects because I want to do this course, and I was like, I've picked the subjects I enjoy. Like, why are you looking at which course you want to do? You're literally 16. But then obviously they've had this like long-term plan, and I think that's really good. I kind of wish I was that person. I wish I wanted to like be a vet or be a doctor or a dentist or a psychologist or something where you know that you need a degree, but because I'm not like that and I've never really known what I want to do or what I'm doing now even, let alone what I want to do in the future, I've always kind of struggled with the thought of, okay, well I need to pick a university, I need to pick a course. And when I was very, very young, I was like, I remember being in year 8 or 9 and I was like, I'm gonna go to university, I'm gonna go to a Russell Group university, and if you don't know what that is, it's basically like an elite university, like one of the top, like Oxford, Cambridge, UCL, Manchester, like the good unis. Like, I mean, they're all good, and I personally don't agree that they should even be branded like that because surely it depends what you're studying anyway, but like in society, like the good ones, you know. That was what I wanted to do when I was in like year 8. I didn't even know what a degree was. I didn't know the amount of debt that you got into, and little Molly hadn't really considered it, but that's what I wanted to do. And then when I remembered that in like year 12, I looked into it and I was like, yeah, no, none of these do any form of arts-based subjects. These are for people that are more intelligent than me, which isn't strictly true, but it's just people with a more academic mindset, and that's fine. I really admire those people. There are people that are just really naturally academic, and that's really good, like great. I'm not one of those people, so university was always going to be a little bit different for me because I know that I want to do some form of arts-based job in the future, and at the moment I would love to go into creative advertising, which I know that you can get a degree in that, like that is a thing, but I just don't really see much point. And I know so many people are gonna be like, oh my god, no, like there is loads of point, but personally I think with an arts-based degree, me myself, I'm gonna benefit a lot more from just having hands-on experience rather than wasting 3 years doing a subject which is very subjective anyway. It's opinion based, it's always opinion based, and paying like £27,000 in my opinion is just not worth it. Like I have seen so many people like go to university and then come out of the other side and get a job in something that is absolutely nothing related to the degree they've got, and I know that that is usually how it works and most people are fine with that, but in my head I'm just like, why do I want to get in that much debt this young to then not use the degree I've just got in debt for? Like that's my mindset, and I'm completely open-minded in the fact that a lot of you guys watching this are probably applying to university and you know what you want to do, and I think that that is great. I'm not like saying don't go to university, because yes, it does make you more employable, it makes you look more intelligent, it makes you like you're gonna have an experience that I'm probably not gonna have by not going and stuff, and I appreciate that, but equally this is my opinion. So like, yeah, my school, I'm not gonna say they haven't been supportive towards it, but they are very university, like pro-university. Like you are gonna go to Oxford and Cambridge, like, well they're not, but like they're pushy towards university, they're pushy towards higher education of some kind, and of course they are. It makes their statistics look great and they've sent this many people off to a Russell Group uni, and that's really good, but like because I don't want to do that, they haven't been the most help. I'm not going to say they haven't been helpful at all, because individual teachers have been really helpful, but as a general whole I think that's just how it is in sixth form. They're not particularly helpful towards people that don't want to go to university, and I think I could speak on behalf of other people as well, and not just like, I don't know, maybe other people think they're better than that, I don't know. So the decision I kind of have come to, and this does kind of undermine what I've just said a little bit, but I have been looking into doing some foundation courses because one, they're free, so I am slightly, like my decision is being made slightly because of the cost, but I think that that is fine. Like that is a massive factor. Like I have spent the last 2 years earning my own money and being able to live comfortably, earning the money that I earn, and I don't earn loads, but it's enough for me at the age that I am, kind of thing, and I've felt that sense of freedom because of the hard work I've put in, and I think that I would really struggle having that taken away from me. And obviously I'm not going to be like able to do YouTube forever, and I'm going to eventually have to do like a job, like I know that, but I don't think I should start, I just don't want to start my adult life off with 30 grand worth of debt. I just don't want to do it. Like if the government changed their like tuition fees, maybe I would consider doing a 3-year degree, but then still probably not, because I just don't think it is for me. I don't really like education, I kind of want to leave education. But I have been looking at art foundation courses, and there are loads of different foundation courses. If you don't know what that is, basically, I don't think schools ever really tell you because I didn't get told, but it's basically a 1-year course which makes you like better suited to the 3-year degree that you then go on to do. However, it isn't compulsory that you go on to do that 3-year degree, and an art foundation, at the end of it you end up with a foundation diploma, which is a step up from A-levels but a step under an undergraduate degree, so it's somewhere in between A-levels and a like undergraduate. So obviously it makes you slightly more employable than just having A-levels, and you can do them in anything, but I've been looking at art foundations and specifically like digital media and design, so that would be photography, media, graphics, kind of like that kind of thing. And I had been looking at the University of Arts London and Ravensbourne College, which I hadn't heard of until Liv told me about it. I think I'm more leaning towards Ravensbourne just because it's more digital based, whereas the University of Arts is quite fine arts based, and I don't really have any interest in fine arts. I studied it at GCSE, I didn't really like it, so I'd much rather go down a photography route. And I think I'm going to apply to that. So obviously you do need a personal statement, you do need a reference and all that stuff, but you don't have to go through UCAS, which is really ideal because in my opinion the UCAS website and system is just a bit of a faff. Like there's just loads of effort that I can't be bothered to do, and yes, half of this whole decision making process is happening because I'm just really lazy and can't be bothered. But again, that's just the kind of person that I am. It just seems like loads of effort. Like I can't be bothered to go to open days because I know in my head that I just don't want to go anyway, and my teachers are like, oh, go and look around, but I'm like, I don't really want to trail to like Cambridge and look at Cambridge, even though I was never going to do that, but just as an example, when I know that I don't want to go, like I'm not wasting my Saturday doing that. So yeah, it is really bad. Don't follow my lead, probably look at universities, but yeah, I just already knew I didn't want to go. I looked at applying to Ravensbourne and I am going to an open day there, and I think that that is what I would kind of like to do. Obviously I can't make a decision until I've seen the site and the campus, but if you guys have watched me for any amount of time, you will know that I love London, and it has been my dream since I was about 13 to move to London, and obviously it is so unrealistic that I could afford to live there like as anything other than a student. Like I don't think I could afford living there and having a job there because the cost of living is a joke. Like it is a joke. Obviously I've always lived in the north, and north of England is cheaper than living in the south of England, so for me that contrast is huge. Like I can't afford that, and I probably won't ever be able to, but I could afford to take out a student loan for a year and use it just on living because obviously the course is free. So that is what I'm thinking I might want to do. The actual course is only like 7 or 8 months long. It's not even a full year, so it would be like from October to May, and then I could come back, so I wouldn't even have to afford the rent on somewhere for a year. It would just be 8 or 9 months, but I'm still fulfilling my little dream of having lived in London at some point, and I would eventually like to return like up north. Like I think this is obviously like where I belong and all that, but I would also like to try that for a little bit. So at the moment in my head, that is what I'm doing. If you haven't heard of Ravensbourne College, you're not alone, I hadn't either. Just Google it. It's like a art college basically, and I'm looking at applying for a foundation degree. If I don't like the campus or if I don't get onto the course, I'm not going to have a fallback option just because I feel like I am forcing it a little bit. So my fallback option is to take a gap year, and in that gap year to focus on YouTube, to focus on doing work experience with brands that I love, and also to travel a little bit because I love traveling. I would love to eventually turn this channel into more of a travel channel because that is what I would absolutely love to do. So if I don't like the campus or don't get onto the course, I'm going to take a year out, and I don't think I'm making a wrong decision. I think the fact that technically YouTube is a business and I've set myself up as a business like quite young, I would like to try that out a little bit longer, even though financially it's not going to be sustainable for like a long period of time. I'd like to try it even if it is just for like a year and then maybe like get a job. I'm not even sure, but I just don't really want to carry on in higher education. I don't think that's a bad thing, but I did just think I'd do this little update. I briefly spoke about it in one of my Drive With Me videos, but again that just caused more questions than I answered, so hopefully I've answered some questions you might have had. Please do ask me more in the comments if you have any. I'll try and answer them because I'm not saying any of this to put you off going to university. I just personally think some people are cut out for that lifestyle more than others. Like I don't think I would like to do a 3-year degree. I don't think I would like to go out partying every night, and I know you don't have to do that, but it's just the stereotype around going to university, and I'm not really that kind of person, and I think that's fine. Like it's taken me a while to be like, yeah, I'm fine with it, because my school and my friends, not deliberately, but kind of made me feel like I just had to go to uni because they're all doing that and my school is pushing that, and maybe I should just do it anyway, but that isn't going to make me happy, so what's the point? Like, yeah, I don't know. That is the decision I've come to. That is where I'm at in my head at the moment. I'm looking at applying to an arts foundation in London, and if that all falls through, I'm going to do a gap year. Like, yeah. So I hope you have enjoyed this video. If you have, or if it's helped you, give it a huge thumbs up. If you're not already subscribed to my channel, do subscribe down below because I talk about A-levels and education quite a lot, so you can see some more videos like this. If you want a better insight into going to university and doing UCAS and things like that, I suggest going and watching Eve Bennett and Unjaded Jade because they are like the two that are going to offer your alternative viewpoint, and I think they're just as valid as mine, so go and check them out if you haven't already. I will see you on Saturday. Bye!